Good evening and welcome to Scrapbooking with a Twist. We are going to do the birthday bash embellishment tonight. This is going up, I believe, the 21st maybe of January, but I'm going to go ahead and get this done. We were to do, this is our new partner swap, and it's first time I've done it, so I hope I'm getting it right. But we do a title, so here's going to be my title. We do 2 embellishments. Well, mine's going to be a little different. I'm going to do a cake, and then I'm going to do a bunch of candles as one embellishment. And then we're to do a journaling box. So that's going to be what it is. And hopefully I'm on the right track. So this was just off my Cricut. I'll show you. Well, actually, yeah, this was. I started with this, and it cut weird. And so I didn't use it. And then this is the cake. I'm not using the candle or the sparklers from it. I just made my own. But I'm using the cake, and then I just went back in and made my title just with the fonts and the offsets. But anyway, it's actually going to say birthday bash. I don't know why I didn't get a little more creative than that, but I didn't. So I was going to do birthday squad, and then when I did it, I actually did birthday bash. So it's okay. These were supposed to be kind of like adult, not juvenile birthday embellishments. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. This one I think is going to go pretty quickly, so I need to go ahead and do the twist for tonight. The twist for tonight comes from Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Let me get this drying when I put it down, and then I'll read it to you. I think it's appropriate for the new year. I do this verse in my own life pretty regularly. So just give me 1 second and we will do the twist. Okay, there's birthday. The scripture is Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And I literally do that verse with myself pretty often because we have a tendency to dwell on things of the past, things that are done that can't be undone, and yet we dwell on them to the point literally of making ourselves sick because we dwell on them. They're unchangeable. It's water under the bridge. It's spilled milk. It can't be changed, and yet we dwell on them and just often just make ourselves sick and stress out so bad. And so, like I said, that's a verse that I use pretty regularly with myself, just saying, let it go. Gotta let it go. Like the song from The Little Mermaid, we just have to let it go. And then verse 19 of that tells us that God has a plan. You know, should we pray about things? Absolutely. Should we do everything that we possibly can to make every situation better? Absolutely. But we're just not to dwell on it, not to stress over it, not to make ourselves sick over it. You know, we worry about the state of our country. We worry about the state of the world. We worry about our jobs. We worry about our children. We just have a tendency to dwell on things. And this verse assures us that if we're walking in His will and we're living for Him, that He has a plan, and we just need to trust Him with that plan. Okay, there's our title. Has to be at least 2 layers, so that's 3 and 4 if you count the inking. And then I may put a star or something else on there too. So there's that. Then I want to make the cake. And I've already got ink all over me, so I meant to ink this before I started, and I just didn't. But I'm using Salvage Patina, Tim Holtz Distress Ink Salvage Patina, and I am just going to And this is not thick paper, but it's going to be reinforced with some things. But it was a scrap that was the color I needed. So we're just going to ink the edges of this, and it is going to become our cake. That'll dry a little lighter, but it'll still give it some definition around the edges. And it's got a little white polka dot, but I liked that. Okay. And then it has some little pieces. See if I can figure out which ones go together of the icing. Let's see. Nope. Let's see if this one, nope. Come here, come here, come here. Let's try this. Yes, those two go together. So let's just go ahead and get them put together. Thought that little cake was kind of cute. So there's that layer. Well, this is New Year's. Do y'all make resolutions? I don't make, oh, I should have inked that. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't make a lot of resolutions. I do some, a little bit, I guess, but I don't make a lot of resolutions. I just try to be better than I was the year before. I don't know that that's... Now, I do set some goals, like last year, and I need to talk about those goals. I did not accomplish my scrapbooking goals last year. I think my goal was to do 50 embellishment videos. Well, I did more like 100. I don't know. No, it was... well, it really may have been because it was one nearly every week. And but I didn't get as many layout videos, not near as many layout videos as I wanted to. And so this year, I'm going to concentrate more on layouts. I love that they changed the embellishment swaps to bi-monthly. There's still 3 because of the partner swap, this one that I'm doing right now. But I do think it's going to be better. And I think it'll allow me to do more layouts. And I will video the layouts. I'm struggling finding what goes together here. Maybe I put this on the wrong side. Let's see if it's turned over. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, so regroup. I need to do layouts. I've got to do layouts because I've got scrapbooks that need to be done. And I really didn't get a whole lot done this past year. And so that needs to be more my focus this year. I certainly intend to do the embellishments, or at least most of them. But, and I'm going to do a hop because I reached 1,000 subscribers, back I think maybe October, November. It was some time ago. I reached 1,000 subscribers, but maybe it was November, like right around Thanksgiving, I think. And everybody was just so busy. I really didn't want to try to do a hop then. And so I think I'm going to try to do 1,000 subscriber hop, which reminds me, I've got to, on my next layout video, I will do the winner of the one way back that was Thanksgiving Day. So over a month ago, I will do the winner of that one because it was my layout share for the 20 base pages in 20 days. And I did a giveaway, and I need to do the winner and get that mailed. Life just got so crazy through the Christmas holidays that I didn't get any of that done. So I apologize for that, and I will get that out. The little cake in that picture has these little white stripes, and I thought and just a couple of those little white dots actually ended up showing. I've got these little strips, so I'm going to see if I want those white strips on there or not. I'm going to just kind of audition this a little bit and see if I do. Yeah, why not? Why not? I don't know if I can get two. There was one on the top and two on the bottom, and I'm not sure I can get two on the bottom, especially where I put that, since I put it right in the middle. Yeah, maybe I can just put them real close right there. Oops, I slipped. My daughter-in-law came over last night, and we watched a couple of movies. It was New Year's Eve last night, and we watched a couple of movies. I know that's not when this is posting, but this is when I'm recording it. And we watched Red One with The Rock, and we watched Christmas with the Cranks. They were both kind of fun. I was a little disappointed in Red One just because it used some language and some things that were not necessary, and we were watching it together with the boys, and I was a little disappointed in that. Just, I don't know why they do movies that would be appropriate for the kids, but they have to throw that stuff in. And The Rock is usually pretty good about not having movies that are, have a lot of stuff. And it wasn't like horrible, but there was just language that could have been left out, and it would have been equally as good. So I don't know why they have to do that. And then at midnight, I had got sparkling grape juice, and I have these little real fancy antique wine glasses that I let them drink out of. And so we did our midnight little toast with our sparkling grape juice, and so that was fun. Okay, so I'm not going to put a candle on this cake because I want my partner to be able to do whatever they want to do. But what I thought might be kind of cute, and they can do whatever they want to do, is just to, because it's supposed to be adult, and I thought just do like a ton of candles just everywhere coming off of this cake, just like it's on fire. And you could put them down closer. You could, distribute them however you want to. But just like it's crazy with all these candles. And just build it until you can't do anymore. And I would put them at different heights and everything, and cover, you know what I'm talking about. Back in behind them where you could just do, and I mean just have them coming everywhere, is what I would do probably with it, and then take a few down maybe somewhere else. But anyway, I would do something like that, like just crazy candles, like an adult, having a birthday that has a lot of candles. But they can do whatever they want to do with those candles. I'm going to show you how I made my candles. I just cut I used this paper and this paper. And then I found a coordinating pattern paper, a little scrap, literally, and I used every bit of it, a little scrap of coordinating pattern paper. I did ink the edges with that salvage patina. Whoops, I don't have my lid back on that. And then I just cut the little flames. There was a candle that I could have cut, but it was like, no, I'm not cutting that a jillion, and making it cut it a jillion times. It would have, especially out of this lightweight paper. I just decided to cut that it'd be faster to do them myself. And so I just cut the little strips and then inked them, and then cut the little flames and glued them on there. And that's all I did to make my candles. So there are the candles, and my partner can do anything they want to with that. Now we have to do a journaling box. So I just, I would have liked to have done it out of this darker color, but I didn't have any more of it. I used every teensy tiny little scrap of that to get this done. So I couldn't use that. So I'm just going to ink the edge. This is the one that the cake is out of. I'm just going to ink the edges so that I can get a little bit of contrast between this and that piece that's going to go behind it, because this is that real lightweight paper. So I didn't want to just leave it unbacked, and it needs to be more than one layer anyway. So get a little ink around the edges of this, and then we're going to put it on this cardstock that'll make it good and substantial. Oh, and I had some sparklers in a drawer that I think I'd had in that drawer for 2 or 3 years at least. And so we went outside to see if the sparklers worked, and lo and behold, they did. So they did some sparklers at midnight. And we did our sparkling grape juice toast. And then the boys were hungry, so we had ice cream sundaes. I mean, that's a good way to ring in the new year, don't you think, with ice cream sundaes? And then, of course, the boys spent the night with me. My daughter-in-law went home. The boys spent the night with me. My husband, my son was at the deer lease. So, and then the boys and I slept till like 10 o'clock this morning. Actually, after 10. Okay, and this is probably kind of hard to see because it's almost the color of my mat. And then I'm also going to ink the edges of this. This is just a 3-inch and a 2.5-inch label punch that I have. And if my partner wants to draw lines on it, or they might not even use it as a journaling box, they could use it as just an embellishment. But I do want the edges. Like I said, I would have rather had that darker color, but I just didn't have any more of it. These were scraps, and that was just all I had. And then I think I want to put a little candle on there. And maybe a star or 2 or 3. So let's put our candle on there. Maybe kind of sticking out the side. And then a couple of our stars. And then I'll show you what I did with stars, because I did a bunch of stars to send to them. So let's just put a star right down there at the bottom. And then a couple of other stars. There we go. All right, and they can draw lines on that if they want to, or they can just leave it like that. And then I'll show you the stars that I punched that I'm going to just put in a baggie. I mean, there's a ton of, I think 5 different size stars that they can use around their page. I might put another star right up there. Let's see, maybe, what do I need? Let's do one of these little ones that match the candle up there. And then I really thought about maybe putting some stars. Let's see what that looks like on the cake. Let's see if we like that. Some of these little bitty ones. Or if we just want to leave it alone, I don't know. We'll see when we get them on there. It doesn't cost anything to try it. maybe just 3 like that. Or we could go 5. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe just the 3. I think I like just the 3. I don't know. Let's see. There's one we could do there. And where's another one of those little bitty ones? I think I do kind of like the 5. So let's do that. Just a tiny, tiny bit of glue. That might be a tiny, not enough. That kind of dresses that cake up a little, especially since those white polka dots didn't really show. I thought they would show more in the way it fell on the paper. They really didn't. So oh, come here. Okay, there we go with that. And then I wanted to decide if I wanted to do a star or 2 on the actual title. I don't know, maybe not, but we'll see. We will see. I love this week between Christmas and New Year's. Of course, the boys are out of school. Like, I've got 3 of them in there right now. They're playing games while I'm recording. But I get to have them a lot, and it's just fun. Fun, fun, fun. And we don't have the pressures of, you know, getting ready for Christmas and all that kind of stuff. Let me find one more. Well, that gives us 4, and we really need 5 if we're going to do that. Let me find one more. Let's see if we can find a spot for one more. What do we think about that? Or do we need, that's okay, I think. Let's just call that good. Let me look at one thing. No, I like one there. Okay, let's do that. Come on, glue, don't fail me now. Here we go. I'm still tired, but as you can tell, I'm not very talkative, but I'm recovering. Oh, and I think I told you in my last video, though, my last puppy went home, so I don't have puppies to tend to. And I'm having trouble figuring out how to get these videos loaded into the hop. Ginger's having to help me. I'm not the most technology savvy person in the world, but I'm doing, I think, what I'm supposed to do, but the page doesn't look right that comes up, so I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know, but we'll get it figured out. She loads them for me when I can't, bless her heart. I don't know how she manages. Okay, so there's our title. There's our journaling block. I need one more star, or maybe two on this. That little one is just kind of bleh. So I'm going to put a black one there and maybe a darker one. And the thing about these stars that I like, and I do this a lot, is I stack them, glue them together and stack them, and like use them for enamel dots and things like that. So here's our cake. Here are our candles. And there's our journaling block. So that could be considered, I mean, that to me is an embellishment. That's an embellishment, our title and our journaling box. So I hope that works. And I hope my partner likes it. So it was fun, and we're all learning on the way we're doing these, but I think it's going to be a good thing. So have a blessed day and be a blessing to someone else.